Right, we're going to do a little bit of Ice Ice Baby. This is your favorite half Chinese. Just a little commentary on a couple of ice videos that I showed or that I
Video
saved.
obtained by CNN shows federal agents wearing
Yeah,
ice
this must be very scary.
back to her home in Maria, Louisiana, a suburb.
I mean, you're just walking home and a bunch of masked men are running after you.
Born and raised in Louisiana.
Like,
She asked that her last name not be used to protect her privacy. She said she was walking home from the grocery store when the masked agent
it's so ridiculous. Look, wouldn't you get scared?
yelling at the men as she runs towards her home.
This is going to get some problems because if the people don't know in the United States, the people have arms, right? If he is her father, he might come out blazing with guns, right? I mean, what would you do? I mean, I'm not condoning violence, absolutely not. But obviously, this is one day is going to happen that the father is sitting at home. And the daughter runs in, and he's like, "What?" A bunch of masked men running after his daughter. He gets into a face and runs out, and
CNN has reached out.
accidents will happen, right? It's why would they just randomly?
They came over to
I
me.
mean, seriously.
What did you say? I said, I'm not afraid. And they pointed a gun in my face. ICE put handcuffs on my hands and put me in a black SUV.
Wow. So he is a man of God. And don't they say it like that? I think he's a priest or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm not a Christian, so I don't know all the titles. But considering he's got this white thing here, why would they do that? Just point guns at people their face and threaten them in such a way. That's not normal.
Moments later, they came back and they said, are you afraid yet? And I said, no. And then they said it. Well, you're white. You wouldn't be fun anyway. It was
Wow.
then that I knew that this staging, that these ICE raids are really about fear and intimidation.
That's quite correct what he says. Fear and intimidation. And this is another incident. The people from the neighborhood surrounding these agents. One day somebody is going to snap, like I said in the first video, and I'm not hoping for that. I'm anti-violence, all right? I'm a practicing Buddhist. I hope that nobody will get hurt, not even the ICE agents or the ICE babies. But honestly, something is going to happen, especially considering the mindset of Americans. They tend to be sometimes a little bit more violent than the rest of the world. Excuse me for saying, but we can see it when we consider the gun violence in the United States. But look at that, the entire neighborhood. These agents are being so hated. I'm really scared something is going to happen. I'm definitely not hoping so, but as you see. Anyway, let's just skip to the next one.
On the spot hiring to where you could.
Journalist Laura Jadid was hired by ICE after only.
I went in. I put it in my resume, which was I did a skills-based resume. I'm a veteran. I served 2 tours in Afghanistan. So on the surface, the resume looked pretty good.
This one is,
Brief
yeah.
interview took all of 6 minutes. They didn't ask very many questions, and then I
Where
left.
to watch?
I would never hear back because I'm a very Googleable person. I have an unusual name. I'm the only Laura Jadid on the internet, and I make no secret of how I feel about ICE and Trump and all of it. So I was not expecting several days later to receive a tentative offer. I missed it in my inbox and it sunk to the bottom, which means that I never filled out the paperwork they requested. I never accepted the tentative offer. I never filled out my background check paperwork. I never signed the affidavit saying I committed no domestic violence crimes, none of it. A few weeks later, I got a message from LabCorp saying that ICE wanted me to do a drug test, and I went ahead and did that. I was pretty sure I wouldn't pass. I'd partaken in legal cannabis 6 days before the test, but why not waste some of their money, right? And then 9 days after that, I decided I wanted to, I was curious, had they processed the drug test yet? So I logged onto the ICE hiring portal, and what I found was that not only did the drug test not seem to be relevant, I was listed as having joined ICE as of 3 days earlier.
Of course, a drug test isn't valid or it doesn't matter to ICE agents. I mean, you must be high out of your mind if you want to work for an organization like that. No sane person who is not under influence will work for such an organization, honestly.
I had listed that I had accepted the offer. They had offered me a final position as a deportation officer.
Congratulations.
Was listed as completed 3 days in the future from when I was looking at it. So it seems like the answer to the question, who are they hiring, is they don't know. I mean, it's very funny that they hired a lefty journalist with a profile on Antifa Watch. That's hilarious. But what's not funny is they didn't make me sign a domestic violence waiver. So how many people with domestic violence convictions are running around with guns in our cities terrorizing people? How many people who have been committed of sex crimes or crimes against children are in charge of detention centers where there's no oversight, where people won't be missed and won't be believed? The agent was very keen on letting me know that I wouldn't be given a badge and a gun right away. I wouldn't be out in the street messing people up. I would probably have to push paperwork for about 6 months before I got there. And when I expressed that was fine with me, with my analyst background, he actually, the atmosphere changed. He was like, no, listen, we want everyone on the street with guns eventually.
Wow. So that is the process of hiring. You just walk in and honestly, I think because a lot of people will not want to work, but I heard that the benefits are pretty good. 6-figure salary and something else. They also have, what I've heard, I'm not sure, I haven't checked it myself, so take it with a grain of salt. But they're also getting bonuses for people who they catch. And I think that is why they are going after others so hard. Oh yeah, your study debt is going to be wiped out, I believe. I'm not sure, again, because I have to do it out of the top of my head. I believe I've read that somewhere. Yeah. Ice Goon locked out.
Hello?
This one is funny.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm here looking for Marco de la Cruz. Is he here?
Can I ask why?
Listen, I got to ask him a few questions, though. Do me a favor. Can you open the door for me, please?
Now we can speak like this.
Marco de la Cruz, is he here or not?
I don't answer any questions, man.
Listen, man, don't make this complicated, okay? If you don't open the door, I'm going to have to kick the door open. Is Marco de la Cruz in there, yes or no?
I do not wish to speak with you or answer any questions. I do not consent to any search of my person, belongings, or home. I'm exercising my right to remain silent, and I want to speak to a lawyer. If you are here to enter my home, please show me a judicial warrant signed by a judge with my name and address through the window.
It's quite funny.
Listen, I don't have a warrant, but if you don't open the door, I will go get a warrant. And if I go in there, you're going to be under arrest for obstruction, okay?
Well, I'll wait then.
Okay. Do you want to be under arrest?
Well, I wait then. He is funny. He's so dry, and he got it written on a paper. But anyway, they said they will be back. I highly doubt it.
Tweet by the Department of Homeland Security, and it says, "Stop fear mongering. ICE does not arrest or deport U.S. citizens. If a U.S. citizen is arrested, it is because they have obstructed or assaulted law enforcement. ICE does not arrest or deport U.S. citizens." I just want to ask briefly each of the 5 U.S. citizens that are here, is this tweet a lie? Mr. Retes, is this tweet a lie?
100% it's a lie.
Ms. Figueroa, do you agree? Is this tweet a lie?
That's a damn lie, and they know it.
Mr. Chavarria, is this tweet a truth or a lie?
It's a lie.
Mr. Ramirez, is this tweet true or a lie?
It's a lie.
Ms. Velez? Thank you.
On the mic.
Now, every U.S. citizen here agree that this tweet by Homeland Security is a lie. And Secretary Noem should be ashamed. She should resign. She should not be running any agency of the United States of America.
Let me tell you exactly what happens. ICE get a taste of their own pepper spray from the pizza
Oh,
shop.
this one is
Going
great.
at our
Yeah.
door to try to get in.
But Rectangle Pizza co-owner Brianna Evans says employees and community members chased off those ICE agents after they tried to enter her restaurant Monday afternoon. Video appears to show those agents leaving, but not before deploying chemical
Yeah, he kicks
agents,
it back.
which were kicked right back.
They don't belong here. They're not this community. They're not.
Yeah, it's good.
Even we support and love each other, and you can see from that video exactly what happens when they try to with us.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
He is.
Thank you.
Here, he makes 200K.
Get paid for this.
Really?
I do this for free.
Well, if you're so proud of doing this for free, then just take off your mask and don't be such a coward.
How long do you
Right?
guys for that?
I mean, do you guys agree? If you agree, click the like button right now. Crowd confronts federal agent at my pizza restaurant. I think this is the
Federal agents
one before.
descended on a pizza restaurant and demanded entry. A crowd outside the restaurant confronted the agents, who were believed to be with Border Patrol.
Yeah, this is the one. Now you can watch it a little bit better, I believe. How he's kicking back the can with
At the front door.
pepper spray or whatever it is that they're using.
The officers returned to their vehicle,
But look.
deployed a gas canister before driving away.
He's just casually kicking it away, putting it, throwing it under their own car.
Say the agents did not have a warrant when they demanded entry. They don't know why the restaurant was targeted, but just a few days prior, the fun
As you can see, Americans are being really, really fed up.
Probably put a target on ourselves with that by helping people, which is sickening.
The restaurant has raised more than $100,000 so far.
We defended this community. They don't belong here. They're not this community. They're not what we believe in. We support and love each other, and you can see from that video exactly what happens when they try to with us.
CNN has reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for more information about the incident.
Hold up. Back it up.
Yeah.
Sir, we need to
Look
come
at
inside.
this.
Members only. You don't belong here. Turn around.
Oh yeah, here they get kicked out of a
Not in
gym.
my lobby, you're not. Take it outside. Man.
Will you be blind in that eye for life?
From what I've heard the doctors say and everyone else, yes, I will be blind for life. They said my globe was ruptured. I had my lower
That's
lip
horrible.
was like
Look at how they
cut
are.
up, and they had to take skin from
This
my
is
temple
horrible.
to fix it. There's a lot to it. I don't remember all.
I have to censor that.
I have fractures in my skull that they can't fix, and I can't sneeze or cough because it's dangerous too. I remember also when I shot, there was pepper in it, and I had pepper down my throat. It made it hard to breathe for a long time. They pulled a piece of plastic the size of a nickel out of my eye. They said I had shards of metal, glass, and plastic all throughout my eye and behind my eye and in my skull. And they also said that I had a piece of shrapnel metal about a few millimeters away from my carotid artery. And they said
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
There were 4 tribal members who were picked up by ICE in a community called...
He is a native from a native tribe. Just imagine.
A little earth right here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And one of them has been released, but they couldn't locate the other 3. So the council members here, they're all elected officials of the Oglala Sioux tribe. And they gained access to the facility and they couldn't
The
find
Oglala Sioux tribe.
tribal members. They're not, they claim that they're not classifying them by their nationality, which tribal members are also citizens of the United States.
Just imagine you live in a country where your ancestors lived and their ancestors lived before. For God knows how long, even before, way before, hundreds of years before, maybe even 1,000 or 2,000, I don't know. Before the Europeans came and occupy your land. And then one day you are strolling on the streets on your own land, which now is being occupied, and you are forced to live by the rule of people who came from thousands of miles away from where you are. And then they are saying that you are the one who is illegal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the United States, the most hypocritical country in the world. This is ridiculous. I mean, when are the people going to wake up? Honestly, These people are literally the native people who are going to have to be answering probably to a European judge. Because the white men from the United States are Europeans. They are not the real Americans. People like this guy on the screen are the real Americans. This is insane. This is literally insane what is going on right now. Anyway, this video is about 7 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole entire thing. I mean, you can watch it if you want, but just think of it. They are from the Oglala Sioux tribe. Excuse me if I pronounce it incorrectly. These are original people. They are there for generations before the Europeans came and wiped out most of their people and stole their land. Before the first US president, even before the Dutch colonizers came to the United States, even before the English colonizers came to colonize it. Even before that. And then they have to show to eyes that they are there, not illegally. Honestly, what's going on? Anyway, let's continue. The last three.
Why are you asking me for my paperwork?
Because of your accent.
I still, you have an accent too.
Where were you born, sir?
Where were you born at?
Put your hands behind your back.
Look at how they're... This is not normal.
U.S. Border Patrol agents outside his home in a Minneapolis suburb after an agent...
You have an accent.
He was a citizen.
So?
Of his accent.
I'm from this country.
You know what, sir? Now talking to you, hearing that you have an accent, I have reason to believe that you are not born of this country.
So you just raised an accent?
What country are you from?
According to Monera, agents took a photo of him and searched a system that indicated he's been a U.S. citizen since 2019. They also checked his U.S. passport.
U.S. citizens cannot have an accent?
Before letting him go. Monera, who was born in Mexico and obtained a U.S. passport...
All the people in the United States that are speaking English are speaking a foreign language, considering you're living on the continent America, which, by the way, is not named America. I mean... If there's a tribe, somebody from a tribe, maybe from the Oglala Sioux tribe, watching this video, let me know how the tribes are calling this land. But for the video's sake, to make it more easier, what the white man calls America, the language of those are the languages of the tribes. It's not English. So everybody who's native speaking is speaking languages of those tribes. If they are going to speak English, they're supposed to be speaking with an accent. That's basically how you identify a real American instead of a fake one. Only know English.
Was detained in front of his 5-year-old daughter.
It's disgusting.
She was taken when I got into home, and she's like, "Are you okay? That we're gonna take you. I don't want to lose you." And I'm like, "You're not."
It's heartbreaking.
Though I'm a citizen, I'm still afraid because they don't give.
Of course, you're afraid.
And especially because
any moment you can be picked up from the street.
In English, I know I can be a target because that's who are they targeting? Just because our appearance and because of our accent.
CNN has contacted the Department of Homeland Security for comment on the incident and to ask if agents are allowed to temporarily detain people on the street with accents.
Wow. So if you have an accent, they will detain you, or can detain you, I should say that. Well, that's great for tourism. I wonder if they see a white person with an accent, would they also detain them? If they see a white person, maybe with Israeli accent, would they detain them?
Video shows.
Let me know in the comment section if you think that they would detain them.
A corrections officer recruit in Portland, Maine. In the video, the man tells the agents he's coming
Look at
from
how
work
they're treating other people.
for the government.
It's
the Cumberland
disgusting.
County sheriff confirmed the unidentified
A whole
officer's
group catching
detention
one
during a
person.
press conference and says the recruit underwent a vigorous vetting and hiring
This
process.
is a
the man is not
fascist
a citizen
police
with
state.
I-9 employment eligibility.
It shows literally the signs of it, right?
Work in the U.S. until April 2029, according to the sheriff.
We covered our bases before we hired him. And it's me going out there saying that, you know what, I guess if you're not the card carrying, U.S. citizen, then you must be illegal, because that's what they told me is he's illegal. And he's definitely not a criminal. So what part of him is illegal? I don't know.
The guy works in a prison or in a jail. He literally works for the government. Then they will detain him like he's an illegal alien. What? Just because he looks different, or maybe he had another accent. Like, honestly, this isn't the normal how a country should function.
Every indication we found is that this was a squeaky clean individual that really hadn't done anything at all.
CNN has reached out to DHS for comment, but has not yet received a response. It is not immediately clear if the man is still in federal custody.
I'm generally a pretty liberal person, but when I saw videos of ICE jumping out of unmarked vehicles and nabbing people off the street, that's when I actually bought my first AR-15.
I told you so. Some people are going to snap. And he might be one of them. I'm not saying that he will. But he kind of signals that first he was a little bit against the guns, but now he bought his first AR-15. You just see how they are pushing people over the edge, right?
So I'm pretty new to this, but, the Second Amendment's for all of us. And now I'm seeing videos of Black Panthers out in Minneapolis, chasing down ICE and other police.
Look at how I'm saying it with a big smile. He is thinking of it, I think. But I'm not saying that he is, right? But I think I see his smile. It's like, yeah, just wait until you come to my door, buddy. I'm going to use my AR-15. I'm going to chase you down the block. that kind of a smile he has, right? Now, obviously, I do not condone violence, also not against ICE agents, against nobody, right? But, I mean, look at the smile. I cannot just not say that, right?
I think that's what it's all about. We're facing tyranny right now.
And tyranny falls under the Second Amendment. People should look it up.
And I want to be prepared for if that stuff comes to my neighborhood.
What have you sort of thought about it? I've seen the same videos you're talking about. I've seen some of the stuff in person that you're kind of talking about. I've seen some people on the right wing take issue when the left arms up.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, the amendments to the Constitution are for everybody. We're all American. We all have those rights, and we should all be using them. That's my opinion on it.
Well, that was it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what you all think of this. I also have opened a Buy Me a Coffee, but only for the people who have more than enough money and want to support my work. You can donate over there so I can buy a coffee while I'm editing, because sometimes I fall asleep. And for the people who cannot, that's not a problem. I love you anyways. Just give me a like, share my video, and also follow. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you will not miss another video from Mr. Fong. And that was it, basically. And as always, keep the comments in the comment section a little bit civil. Well, not a little bit, just keep them civil. We are not barbarians, unlike people who are detaining people because they have another accent. I mean, honestly. This was your favorite half Chinese, and as always, have a great day.